look. Welcome back, guys. Hopefully you are still out here with us. I don't know what is going on with that. It likes to do that every now and then. I don't know what's going on. First time streaming out here in Forza in a while, but take a look at the Aviator running very, very strong out here. Let me know if you guys can see everything. Let me know if you guys are out there. Aviator running strong, though. Let's take a look. Out there? I know. This thing, I swear.
Yep. Currently in the third spot. Our top five are pretty, well, I guess I should say second through fourth right now, pretty well evenly spaced out. With Skyland out to a pretty sizable lead over Leaf Justin 24, but the Aviator has had a really strong race all race long. Started on the outside pole, has held in the top three the entire race. So a strong debut for him in the EuroNASCAR League. But then again, it's the debut for everyone in the EuroNASCAR League. So strong debuts for pretty much everyone that's out there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh,
I'm loving this.
Somewhere.
Uh-oh. Let's take a look.
Yep,
see if we can.
That's duct tape. Duct tape off track in the S's. Heading into the penultimate corner. Don't know what happened, but probably got wide. He's had a tough time figuring out the handling. This can be really tough. Again, a lot of these drivers are used to having that safety net of some assists in this league. Many assists, not all of them, but most of them are turned off and disallowed. So a learning experience for a lot of these guys, and this is a good opportunity, especially with a race. Only 9 cars again in this field, so a solid opportunity to get out there, make laps, and learn, and that's what duct tape is going through right now at the moment.
Absolutely. You guys, let me know if you are in chat. I don't know what's going on with this. Kind of crazy, but I see 7 of you out here. Hopefully we can get back the full amount we had, which we had quite the crowd, but we are back here on board with Sky, who has pretty much led this entire race, and what a shot of him as he is just completely sideways going through the corner right there. He is entering, it looks like, yeah, going through the S's there, doing a great job, but you can tell this is his home right here. He just does a phenomenal job out on Forza and NASCAR. I've said it before, he's been out there and he's won races out there as he's raced with SnB, so it's cool to see him out here. I'm loving it.
Yeah, and he's really showing his strength right now in this very first race. As they continue to log laps, he'll be coming around. It'll be 9 laps to go in this first race of the doubleheader here at the Mugello Club Circuit.
You can see he's still got his eyes set on Skyland, but take a look behind Justin. I do believe that is the Aviator. And let's take a look. Who is behind the Aviator? Is that Rangers?
That's Rangers. Rangers and the Aviator and Leaf Justin are all slowly starting to accordion together here just a little bit. Rangers has been running down these guys pretty much the entire race.
I think we're going to have a huge battle. I mean, you can see all of these guys. We're getting almost to the point where you're going to have to cover them with a blanket. They're so close. And Rangers, this guy's a man on a mission, just absolutely catching up to him. And you see, I do believe I see Tom Flitty back there. Yeah, I do believe that is Tom Flitty. So we might have quite the battle out here, J-Mac.
Yeah, he's about the length of the S's behind, but yeah, Rangers is closing in on the Aviator, stalking him, and the Aviator, he knows he's back there with a small mistake through the final 2 corners. The Rangers right down onto his bumper. Now he has the opportunity to draft with him down the front straight. Will he try to outbrake him here, or will he try to make the pass through the S's? We're going to see here what Rangers attempts, as he's going to hold in line right here. They're both going to get slowed down, and God, the 11 absolutely lighting up the tires trying to get woke down as they go into 1, and the Aviator lighting them up on exit.
Wow, look at this battle right here. The Aviator and Rangers just going at it. Rangers is going to dive it down low. Does he have enough? They're going to bumping and banging. You can see a little bit of damage there, but man, oh man, what an incredible battle. Aviator still on the run. He's going to come out in front of him. Rangers, you know he's going to be back for more, J-Mac.
Yeah, he did that. Those two are driving really hard. The driver that is benefiting from this is Leaf Justin, who's able to pull away. Meanwhile, Skyland well out there working more lap traffic, but the battle for third is incredibly intense at the moment between the Aviator and Rangers.
Yeah, that battle was quite intense, and some great shots of these guys as they were just completely going sideways through the corners, making some contact, and still hanging on to it onto the track. But Rangers just he's getting ready to make another move. You can see it now. I feel like he might be a little bit better going into a couple of these turns, which is really helping him out here.
Yeah, Rangers has definitely been the aggressor here. He's been a little bit quicker than most of these drivers he's been running down. Well, I guess all of them that he's been running down, he's technically faster than. But also, just an added note, David has gone a lap down, so adding another driver who will not benefit from the invert here, as Skyland is now set his sights on Hall.
Let's take a look at Skyland, our current leader. Yeah, you can see he's catching up to Hall up here, which Hall had some good practice times out there. So, you know, it's just one of these times where it's our first time out here, first time everyone is together doing this whole thing, and they're doing a great job. I can't stress that enough. But we have a lot of action out here, a lot of racing, and we're coming down to the final part of this race. I'm curious how it's going to affect Sky, as he is coming up on some traffic up here. I do believe, is that still Justin behind it? Yeah, that's David behind him. So a couple of cars that are lapped here that Skyland is now dealing with.
Yeah, speaking of Justin, not sure if he had a little bit of slip, but it looks like the Aviator was actually able to make up a little bit of time on him. But behind the Aviator, Rangers looking to the inside as they head down the front straight. There will be 5 laps to go here for these guys, as they're still battling for that third spot.
Yeah, take a look at this, and we're coming into the tricky part of the track here, where turn 1, if something's going to happen, it's going to happen here, and they both just using the brakes up. You can see them going through turn 1. Phenomenal job for these guys, really testing each other out. Rangers is putting the pressure all over Aviator as he is on his back bumper. Just great racing out here, and we saw it before. Look at him just all over his back bumper. Absolutely insane. You can just hear the metal with these guys just crunching against each other. J-Mac, I don't know if they're having as much fun as I'm having watching them, but watching these guys go sideways and try not to kill each other, but it is something else.
Oh, yeah, the Rangers getting through those final 2 corners so well, he actually had to take evasive action to not drive through the 23 of Aviator and lost a ton of time here.
He let off big time coming through that final corner. So that is going to help out the Aviator, but you know that Rangers is going to be working on him once again as we're on lap 22 of 25.
Watching these guys just light these things up like they're dragsters off the corners, just trying to get everything they can. Watching that 11 car has been an absolute blast, trying to work his way through the field, but that one little slip up, that one little mistake is going to cost him, I think, third spot, as there will only be 3 laps to go here in this first race. Oh, he gets the dirt just a little bit there, makes a nice save, but the 23 losing ground a little bit. Actually, I think he might have made ground doing that up on the 23. That's how hard he is driving.
Yeah, that is absolutely insane. You can just see how much that upset his car and how much he had to just wheel it to make it through that corner and not just go into the sand over there. So phenomenal job by Rangers. He is a Pro League driver for NASCAR Heat 5 for Season 1. Did a great job out there, and really, really cool to see him do some different series, and these guys are just having a ton of fun. They have to be. I can only imagine. And you can see Tom Flitty behind Rangers. Let's take a look at him as hopefully he can get up here in the action there, J-Mac.
Yeah, he's working hard to get up into that action, and as hard as driving, he has an opportunity at it as that top 5 still in doubt. In 6th right now, Dion Fordub is kind of He's kind of on his own little island right now. Skyland not quite to him. Not sure Skyland has enough time to lap him, so we might be looking at Dion for dub in the pole position for this second race. We'll have to see to find out. But anyway, Skyland having to work on duct tape here. Duct tape moves over. Skyland goes by, and they make another lap. We're about to be on the final lap of this race.
We are about to be on the final lap. This is absolutely insane. A couple more turns and we will be on the final lap. Sky has led every single lap here tonight. And you heard J-Mac, that's going to switch up the order for the next race. A whole different race that we're going to do here. Same track, same amount of laps, so be sure to stay tuned in. These guys are crazy. We're going to be on the final lap right here, so, man. It's down to the wire there, J-Mac.
Absolutely down to the wire for this for a couple of these positions. Right now, Justin in control of second spot, but still that third spot very much in doubt as the Aviator, Rangers, and even TomTom are still within striking distance of each other. But up front, it is Skyland who continues to lead this race with a commanding lead over Leafs Justin.
Yeah, that is absolutely insane. So we have Skyland out here. We just got to get him through the next couple of turns, and he will be the winner here at Mugello Club Circuit for the first ever EuroNASCAR series here. So really cool to see that. He's done a phenomenal job as he's coming around the final corner in such a tricky turn as you're going downhill, but he maneuvers it just fine, and we're going to see him as the winner. So a huge congratulations to Sky as he makes his way around. Let's go ahead and let's bring our second place home. All right.
Leafs Justin able to do it, and Aviator was able to hold off Rangers, and TomTom Flitty finishes 5th, and Dion will finish 6th. So those will be your lead lap cars. I believe it was Hall in 7th with David in 8th, and Duct Tape rounding out the field in 9th.
All right, hopefully I can get these guys in. I wanna chat with them. Can give them a congratulations out there for I don't want to join them. Okay, let's see if I can't grab them. There's so many, so Aviator, he was one of them, right?
Yes. Aviator was our 3rd place finisher, Justin in 2nd, and with Skyland winning.
All right, let me get Skyland. I don't want to quit. All right, here we go. Who do we have in here? We have Aviator. So we'll go ahead and we'll talk to you here. How did the race go for you? You had a phenomenal job out there.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, it was fun. These cars are fun to drive. I just can't get on the throttle like some of these people can. I'm not sure what the problem is, but I don't know. I had fun defending off Rangers there for final step on the podium. But I don't know. We'll see how this one goes.
Absolutely. P3 for the first race. A great job to you. It looks very, very slippery out there. We're going to do it all over again. So definitely some great practice out there, but congratulations on P3.
Thank you.
All right, J-Mac, you want to give our winner, Skyland, an interview?
Yeah, we'll talk to Skyland here. A solid first race out in our European NASCAR Tour, shake and bake style, whatever we want to call it. We're still workshopping the name a little bit, I guess. But anyways, started on pole, led every lap. Talk about your race a little bit there.
I'm actually shocked that I was able to put 25 laps together that were that clean. I wasn't able to do that in practice. I wasn't able to do that in any other series I've run. That was basically until I caught that group of traffic that was 25 qualifying laps, 57s and under, low 57s and under, and I don't know how I pulled that off, and I don't think I can do it again. So I'm just going to enjoy this.
Well, we're about to find out.
And I don't think Justin's going to let me do it again, if I'm honest.
Well, you did a great job out there. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
All right, and we have Justin. He took over P2 for that race. Man, he just had Sky all over the front of him, but just couldn't get past him, but took home P2. How was the car out there for you, Justin?
Took a little bit to get into a rhythm. Pretty much Scotland was already out of range. Got kind of settled in and tried to chase him back down and was banging off times that was good for what I thought I was practicing with, and we were just that little tiny bit off. It drove good. Everything was kind of went to plan except the fact that he pretty much had us covered, and I slowly got to watch him drive off into the distance. that was pretty much how my race went. Ran good times, but was just a little bit off, and it snowballed.
Well,
Tried to get a P2 though.
You did a great job. P2 is nothing to be sad about. So great job out there, guys. We had Sky who won, Justin in second, and Aviator in third. I'll let you guys get back to the race, and good luck on the next one. We're getting ready to go to the next one, guys.
Just to throw one thought out there for you guys real quick. We were all, at least of the people that commented in the party, surprised at how much more slick the cars got as we ran. In IndyCar, the tire wear didn't really matter very much, but in these things, they got pretty loose and wiggly for the last 10 laps.
That's crazy.
So,
I mean, you guys definitely looked very loose. It was really, really fun watching you guys trying to catch it, just going slideways through every single turn. But yeah, great job with that. Send in Rage, I see you out there saying, ooh, Forza. You know what? The stream died. We had so many people out here supporting these guys, and then the stream just decided no more. So we had to bring it back live. I hope you guys are enjoying it. We're getting ready to go to the next race, the final race of the night. Same thing that we just saw. These are short races, so we're going to switch it around. We're going to have these guys set it up, and we're going to go again. So you guys saw who's driving. Let me know in chat. Who do you think is going to win the second round? I don't know. Sky was looking really good out there. I think Justin might have a shot, but if I'm going to pick somebody, I want to think Rangers might pull this off. I mean, he had a ton of speed out there. If Sky's not going to get it, I'm going to go with Rangers. I think J-Mac's still setting it up, but you know I'm going to put him on the spot when he's back.
Yeah, Rangers is gonna. Yeah, he's gonna have a nice starting spot here, and he was incredibly quick there. So I feel like he will be one of those drivers to watch out for here. Absolutely. But yeah, this is gonna be a fun event. Looking forward to race 2. Looking forward to the start with the field mixed up just a little bit here. Really excited to see how this goes. How everyone decides to drive, and it'll be a lot of fun to watch. I feel like.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Sin says whoever is in first. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, that is a good guess. That is a good guess. TXR says, I think definitely Rangers along with Lock-On. You guys saw him. I mean, he was a man on a mission, just going through the corners completely sideways, and he was just able to handle it and move on and made the pass on TomTom as those guys went back and forth with it. Really, really fun to watch. Sky was just out front and no one could catch him. He led every single lap. So I'm curious, are we going to see that again? And Send, you better be ready for Thursday. All right, so we're going to have, so Dion's leading us off this time, correct?
Dion is indeed our pole sitter, and alongside him is going to be TomTom Flitty. With the second row is going to be Rangers and whoever else it is.
All right, very interesting. Hopefully we don't lose the stream this time around. Let's take a look. We got Dion on the replay here. So we have Dion on pole, and we're going to have TomTom Flitty on the outside, as J-Mac said. Rangers, who we have a lot of guys rooting for him as the winner. We're going to have the Aviator on the outside of him with Justin. He's going to be on the third row with Sky. He's going to be on the outside. And let's take a look at who's behind him. We have Hall, who is going to be on the inside with, looks like Duct Tape and David. Did I miss anyone? No, I think we're good there, J-Mac.
I'm excited for race 2. That first race was actually a lot of fun. Even it got spread out, but there were still some really good battles everywhere. Watching everyone work through the field. Going to be interesting to see how our race winner from race number 1, Skyland, is able to manage traffic. He didn't have to deal with any really at all in that previous race. We're going to see a driver like Rangers start with some really good track position here. See if he can maybe do anything with these front 2 in front of him off the start here. It's going to be really, really crazy, I feel like. Hopefully they can all keep it on track and not kill each other. But either way, really excited to watch what happens.
Yeah, it should be really good. Send, do I like your new paint? Is it what I made you? Because if so, then I absolutely love it. Are you calling me a... Maybe. Oh my goodness. But yeah, these guys, you can just see them. They are so ready. Dion, he's going to be leading us off here. And turn 1, we'll see if they get a little bit more aggressive going into turn 1. We're about to find out, but Rangers is just all over the back bumper expecting him, and he's just getting a shove off the start. We're already taking a 3 wide, J-Mac. What is happening as we go into turn 1?
Yeah, I think they might have lit up the tires, but yep, 3 wide going down into turn 1. Dion shoots it just a little bit, but is able to gather it back in. All these drivers, as hard as they went into the corner, as wide as they went, and able to keep it off of each other. But it's Tom Flitty who's going to be in that preferred spot there. Dion with the crossover, all of them sliding all over the place. But the Aviator, he's going to power around into second. Dion struggling with the rear grip here. He's going to fall back into the 3rd spot, and he is now under fire from Rangers.
That is a crazy first turn there. Everyone held on to it. Really impressed with that. But man, Tom Flitty was like, he's out there just saying, you know what? You think Rangers has got this? Watch me. I'm going to the front. And no surprise here, this guy's got a lot of talent also. Any car he drives, he's going to make it work, and he is out there doing so. Tom Flitty is out here in 1st. We have the Aviator in 2nd, Dion in 3rd, Rangers in 4th, and Justin, that's going to be your top 5.
Yeah, Tom able to use getting clear of the rest of the track. Oh, Dion! It's just a little bit... Oh, Dion just gets a little bit... I think, from what I'm hearing there, the Aviator was a little bit slow through the center of the corner than he was expecting, and that caused Dion to have to check up a little bit more in the middle of the corner. Able to avoid him, no big contact, but now he's a little bit out of rhythm here. He's going to lose a couple more spots to the Leafs Justin and the Skyland back there in 5th.
Yeah, you can just see it. I mean, this is one of those rhythm tracks. You can see Dion just getting extremely loose going through the corner. Almost into the sand there, but manages to keep it out. We're coming through the final corner here where it is downhill. You get loose. He's taking it super, super wide, so he's not going to spin it as much as he can. Make some contact with Hall out here. Very, very close. Hall's going to make the pass, bringing it up to 6th place. We're going to have Dion in 7th.
Yeah, Dion falling back. Apparently, there's a little bit of a lag issue with the 34 of Hall. Not really seeing it on our end, but he obviously is, and that's caused an issue there. The 34 of Hall in 6th to Dion after starting on the pole by virtue of the 6th place finish in the previous race, has fallen back into the 7th spot. Not the start he was wanting with that track position, but there is a gaggle of cars up there battling for the 3rd spot, Frozen.
There sure is. Let's take a look, and it involves Leaf Justin, who we saw finish 2nd in the last race. We have Skyland and Rangers going at it for a battle here. Rangers underneath Sky. They're going to go single file at the moment as we're coming around the final corner onto the front stretch and past the line for lap 5 of 25. These guys are so close together. The racing is just absolutely incredible. But let's take a look. I mean, that's going to put Aviator and Tom Flitty as these guys are battling it out. That's leaving a gap for them to get away.
Yeah, this is not the start that I was expecting out of that 11 car. I figured he was going to be able to battle Dion and Tom for that lead spot. And instead, he has now lost a couple of positions and fallen back into that 5th spot as Rangers really struggling right now with the grip. Meanwhile, Skyland working on the 24 of Leafs. Justin tries to outbrake him, gets down to the corner. Justin going to have that preferred line, but Skyland with the crossover. Now he's going to be on that inside lane, but not able to get the drive off the corner. He loses that slot back to Leafs Justin, so move him back into the third spot as this third spot is not settled yet. Highly contested between 3 drivers at the moment.
Absolutely. These guys are going for P3 like it is the win. Absolutely incredible. I am loving this. A little bit spread out between first and second, and then we have this second group back here. This third group behind them, a little bit separated. We have a couple of groups that have 2 cars in each group. This is definitely the most action-packed at the moment. First and second, they have a little gap between each other, but man, oh man, Sky is just putting the pressure. He wants that lead back. He is trying to make his way through traffic around Justin, but Justin, he's going to have that inside. Sky's going to have the inside. Can he make it by him? Rangers is just, he's stuck back here. There's nowhere he can go, J-Mac.
Yeah, it looks like Justin gave Skyland that right side so that for that back half of that S curve, Justin would have that outside lane for the drive off, pin Skyland down. 24 able to keep that move. Now he's blocking Skyland hard. These two battling each other hard for this third spot. Justin knows that he can't let Skyland go. They bounce off of each other going down the straightaway. Leafs Justin able to outbrake him into the corner, but Skyland powering around on the outside. Skyland's going to have that preferred line for this corner, but and honestly for the S's, Leaf Justin, Skyland comes up just a little bit into Justin. These two bouncing off of each other, racing hard. Skyland able to take the position. Will Justin be willing to move him as they go down into the second S's?
I just wish I was a fly on the wall in this radio chat. Oh my gosh.
Oh, he was. Oh gosh. Rangers got all of the grass he could, trying to make up some ground. He saw an opportunity there to get both of them. Really charged hard, but the 24 of Justin, he was racing Skyland hard. He knows that car was the fastest one in that previous race, and now Skyland going after the Aviator and Tom Flitty, who has been able to extend his lead just a little bit so far in this early portion of this race.
Yeah, take a look at this. I mean, he is just out here consistent, just doing what he needs to do to go where he needs to go. I mean, he's got the Aviator behind him, and you heard the Aviator. He wasn't exactly thrilled with how he was running, but he's doing very solid right now as I see him get so loose back there. Let's go on board with him for a second. And also, you heard Sky say the longer the race went on, the looser they got. So conditions out here are not optimal for what they need to do, especially battling each other 2 and sometimes 3 wide. You can see the Aviator. He's got he's got TomTom in his sights. Sky directly behind him. He is most definitely closing that gap. Sky, I think he's got the most speed out here so far tonight, but these guys are definitely putting on quite a race.
A great race as the battle for second starting to heat up. Skyland running down the Aviator, and TomTom is continuing to put distance on these drivers. I think he sees the first and second finishers from that previous race are starting to work their way up through this field. Only one more car to pass before they'll be breathing down his neck. So Tom's starting to try to check out on the rest of the field, but Skyland is trying to catch that machine of the Aviator and pass him for that second spot.
Yeah, you know, it's good for TomTom that these guys are getting ready to battle it out. That's going to allow him to increase the gap as these guys are really starting to go at it. But I feel like once Skyland goes by, an Aviator does not block that at all. He just lets him go by. TomTom, he's going to have to defend if Sky can make it up there. And I'm thinking he's going to be able to.
Yeah, the Aviator with a business decision there to let Skyland go. I think he's going to let him try to run down that TomTom machine, see if that can maybe bring both of those cars back to the Aviator. Maybe follow behind Skyland a little bit here, try to figure out his line, maybe learn something. A lot you could do by letting that car go it might benefit you in the long run here, even though right now at the moment it's a loss of points, and and that car of Skyland starting to creep away just a little bit.
Yeah, he's definitely putting a little bit of a gap, and we have our leader who is coming up on some traffic here. Let's take a look at this. Tom Flitty coming up on duct tape. He is in the last position out there. He gets off of the track to allow him to go by. Appreciate him doing that. We'll see if he is as kind to the second and third as he was to our leader, but man, Tom, he's just got to keep it consistent out here. But you know he's looking in that rear view. He sees Skyland and the Aviator and everyone else. He sees them coming up.
He sees him coming up there. All of these leaders working the lapped car of duct tape. He's falling a lap down here. Again, just trying to get some laps and learn as he tries to keep it down. The Aviator able to get around him. No harm, no foul there. The 24 of Leafs Justin able to work around. Now Rangers also going to try to move through. Rangers going to catch him in a really bad spot. Duct tape really hung it right there to try to stay out of that 11 car's way. So move all these guys past that first lap car. And really, it's a little bit of a ways until they catch David in his 89 machine. So right now, no traffic for our leaders to work, as they're going to continue battling each other, as you can still cover second through fourth with a blanket.
Yeah, this is crazy. Absolutely. Unix, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. I hope you guys are enjoying this second race. The first one, you saw it. We had Sky as the winner. We had Justin, who is sitting, says P4 at the moment. We have Tom as the leader. It's just crazy. These guys are all over the place. A lot of great racing out here. Rangers directly behind Justin. Aviator, who finished P3 in the last race. These guys are on a mission. Coming up on lap 13 of 25. It is little more than half here, so it's getting crazy, J-Mac.
Yep, we've finished 11 hot laps here of the 24 scheduled. We're about to be at that halfway point in a couple of laps here, or actually at the end of this lap, we will be at the halfway point of this race. And Tom Flitty has led most of it, if not all of it. I believe he's led all of it as we continue on. But right now, that machine of Skyland with the numbers, I still have no idea what they are. I guess it's a 4 and a 9, or a 4 and a 3.
It's a 4 and a 9.
It's a 49. Okay,
yes.
Yeah, there we go. It's a 49. As the 49 machine is trying to run down the 8 of Tom. But God, those three behind him are all over each other.
They sure are. And let's take a look. I want to take a look at the battle. Justin in third. Aviator going side by side with Rangers, who is completely sideways, manages to hold on to it as they come around the final corner onto the front stretch. We're getting ready to head into the first corner, which, as I've said multiple times, going several wide here and deep, it can be very challenging, and the more that these guys travel through, the looser these cars get. Rangers being very delicate on the gas, trying to give these guys room. You know, you don't want to damage your car, you don't want to damage theirs. They're just having fun. They're just having fun out here.
Yeah, they're battling hard. They are having fun, but I think Rangers probably tired of seeing the rear bumper of that 23 car of the Aviator. That's how he ended his race last time. On that bumper, unable to pass it. Now again, Rangers working on the Aviator, and have to say I love that Ferrari paint scheme that the Aviator is working there. It looks kind of like a GT machine. It's got a lot going for it. Got the Niki Lauda tribute on the back of it. Looks great. Numbers slid back like an all-star machine, but Aviator really driving defensively as they head down into the corner now. Kerr going to look on the inside as they're going to work down into the first corner.
Yeah, Rangers has got a nose out as he is in that preferred line going through the corner. We'll see if he can keep that, though. Aviator, yeah, he's just going to let him go. Rangers getting super loose. You can see just working on the brakes out here. Oh, Aviator gets into his quarter panel, gets a little loose. What is happening? We have these guys side by side. Ranger saves it. He's going to lose the spot, but he's going to start working on it once again.
Oh yeah, Rangers made a mistake, really lit up the tires trying to get away from the 23. That allowed the 23 to get to him. The 23 put the bumper to him, and then they both almost wrecked. And then the Aviator blew the corner, I think, expecting a bump from Rangers. That allowed Rangers to get back alongside of him. He was able to complete the pass through that complex. Now the Rangers going to work the draft, going down that long straightaway as they're trying to avoid allowing the 23 to get up to him. I believe Rangers has finally been able to complete that pass, but now he's got to run down that 24 of Leafs Justin as we have a good battle for the lead.
I know, that's what I'm on right now. Skyland is just knocking on the door of Tom Flitty, who has led a ton of this race, if not all of it. Man, oh man, Sky is just on a mission. He did win the last race, so we'll see if he can do it here, but he goes into the corner with so much speed, comes off with just the same amount of speed here. Tom trying to defend it. We're going to see if he can hold on to it, but Sky, he is all over the back bumper, just putting the pressure on him as we're on lap 17 of 25.
17 of 25, 9 laps to go, I should say, in this race. These drivers are really working hard. Skyland running a higher lane, trying to get a little better arc out of the corner. Not able to pull it off, wasn't able to turn the car down through the center. Tom running a very defensive line, a very safe line through the first half of the S's, running very aggressively through the second part of it. Really loose over the rumble strip there as they pull down into turns. I believe that's 4 and 5. I don't know how to count, but here they go. They're going to take the double right that heads back onto this long straightaway. Skyland inching ever so closely to that 8 of Tom Flitty. Tom's going to have to be perfect here if he wants to hold him off.
Absolutely. I can't race Thursday. I wish I could, but I can. I'm announcing it. But these guys are on the front stretch, and soon we have some cars that are going through turn 1 at the moment. I'm curious if we're going to have our leaders coming out here to give them some company. It looks like it. You can see them up ahead. That's going to make things very interesting as they're going to have to maneuver their way around these two.
Yeah, that is Duct Tape about to follow a second lap down, and David, who is currently on the very tail end of the lead lap. So those two drivers are about to get the proverbial blue flags as our leader, that battle for the lead, is about to breathe down their necks. But Skyland all over the back bumper of the 8 of Tom Flitty as they head down into the final little double right. The first half of it nice and smooth for the 8. He's a little bit wide there, catches a little grass, but no harm, no foul. He's going to catch a little bit more grass there on the inside of the exit, and they're going to head down the straightaway, and Tom's going to run down, try to get a little draft off of that lapped car of Duct Tape. Skyland's going to follow him to try to get an equal pull.
This is about to get very very Duct Tape just kind of letting these guys go by. Sky over drives it. He's gonna go way wide, very close to almost making some contact there. Tom Flitty still on the move. Sky still right behind him, but TXR says, if I was Skyland, I'd wait a few laps, like maybe 23 to the last lap. And that's when he can make an amazing move. We've seen it from Sky before. I wouldn't be surprised. Why fight it now? It's just going to make for more battling. If he can make the pass, he's really got to nail it. But if he can do it, I think he's going to be gone. Oh, look at him going sideways through that corner. I thought he was going to lose it, but man, oh man, he held on to that.
Yeah, he is pushing really hard after making that mistake into turn 1, and to the point of our commenter there. I mean, riding on the back of the 8 of Tom Flitty and just waiting for him to make a mistake so that you can make an easy pass and not have to work too hard is a very viable strategy. David lets off real early, allows our leader to go by. I'm sure he'll do the same courtesy for Skyland here in the next couple of corners, but move David down a lap in 8th place. Another driver who's new to no assist racing, or driving without the umbrella of traction control and the like. So again, out here learning, driving hard, and and just working to get better every lap and doing a solid job of keeping it on the pavement. That's really difficult in these cars at this track, and keeping the car under control. I mean, you see these guys, how sideways they are here at the front. That is not because that's how these cars are. They're incredibly loose, incredibly out of control, and it takes a lot of effort and a lot of work to keep them underneath you.
Absolutely. We're on board with Rangers, who is currently sitting P4 right now. These guys a couple of laps ago were actually very close together. It is now seen that everyone is kind of spread out. You see Justin up ahead of him. These guys were on top of each other. And we also had a battle between 6th and 7th that is now, it has definitely separated. That is between Dion and Hall. They are now quite separated. Let's take a look at this. You see,
Dion's gotten around Hall, it would seem. So move back to 6th. Not the race I think he was expecting with where he started, but still, Dion with a strong showing, managing to stay on the lead lap that first race. And here he is in that 6th spot, still relatively close to the leader here as we're coming up on 4 to go.
4 to go, and we're back with our leader. That is Tom Flitty in that number 8, and he still has Skyland, who has not given up. He wants another win here. He is super strong out here, but Tom Flitty, you know, I did not give him enough credit. I chose Rangers. He had a lot of speed. Skyland had a lot of speed. Tom, he is really, that first race, that really helped him out and how to drive this, and he's doing a great job in the second race for tonight, and hopefully we'll see him get a win here tonight.
Yeah, it really seems like he used that first race to kind of learn the track, learn the car, and is putting that to effect here, leading most of this race. But now he has the fastest car all race long alongside of him. Skyland looking to the inside, not going to be able to make the pass there, but able to get a really good drive off on the inside.
He's going to have a beautiful run coming up here, and Tom is not going to be able to clear him, so they're going to go into turn 1 side by side with Sky on the preferred line on the inside. That is really going to help him out here. Tom really going to put it in him, just bumping and banging through the corner. Once again, as we go through the next turn, Skyland on the outside. Tom gets super loose. That is going to cost him some time. Skyland to the lead.
Yeah, I really think Tom was expecting Skyland to blow that corner a little more and was aggressively diving it down for a crossover that just wasn't there. Those two hit each other really hard. And I thought they were going to wreck for sure, but they get away, move Tom back into the second plug position. Skyland 4, who started 6th in this race, has finally taken the lead here as they are coming to 2 laps to go. Now Tom Flitty is under fire from the 24 of Leaf Justin.
Yeah, let's take a look at this. Leaf Justin, who we saw finish P2 in the last race. He's coming for that spot once again. Tom's really going to have to defend that as Sky has made his way by. I don't know that he's going to be able to catch up to him. So right now, he needs to worry about who is behind him. He's got a lot of speed, and he is ready to take that over. Internet, he says, yeah, Sky, oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, TXR, you called it there. It is crazy. It happens, and sometimes you're trying too hard, you're sending it through the corners, and mistakes get made. It's just tough. Sky is just so strong out here tonight. A great track for him, so really fun to see.
He's a driver that's put a lot of time in on Forza, has run several leagues, has done a lot of work for several leagues. He has a lot of laps on this game in various race cars, and he is definitely a force to be reckoned with when we do a league here on Forza Motorsport 7. As Tom Flitty just found out trying to hold him off, Skyland able to leg out the lead. We are here on the white flag lap. Skyland pretty well in control of that lead, and Tom really doing a good job managing that gap over Leaf Justin as he's still holding strong in that second spot.
Yeah, I mean, anything can happen. If Sky loses it right here, Tom is close enough where he could take advantage of it. And also the same goes for P3 of Leaf Justin. We're on the final part of the race and the lap here, so just a couple more turns, and we could crown Sky as sweeper for this race here. Absolutely incredible. We'll see if he can make it around the final corner. For me, it is a very tricky corner, and you can see he's got traffic coming up.
Oh.
Duct tape has not gotten in the way tonight. Tom getting loose coming around the corner. It looks like Sky is going to be the winner once again tonight here at Mugello Club Circuit. We're going to have Tom Flitty in second, Leaf Justin in third.
Yep, Rangers not far behind in fourth once again. Aviator, he wasn't excited with that first race. He's probably a little disappointed in this one as well. He comes home fifth. Dion for dub, all alone pretty much in the sixth spot. Hall gonna come around in seventh. David crossed the line 1 lap down in eighth, and Duct Tape was 2 laps down in ninth.
Yeah, we're still getting some of these guys around. We have Hall, who is out here in the 34. He's coming around the final corner, and he'll be finishing the race out here. But we got to get our top 3 out in the booth. Let me know how you guys like the race. It is our first EuroNASCAR series. A lot of fun to broadcast tonight. I got to say, these guys, I give them a lot of credit. They just... For not running this type of series before, these guys just did a phenomenal job, and it was so much fun to watch. So we'll get these guys in the booth once again. We'll get Sky in here. We'll get Justin in here, Tom in here. These guys are crazy. I love it. I almost quit the lobby again. All right, we got a winner in here, Skyland. Man, 2 wins for the night, back to back. You just had a super strong car out there. Obviously, the first race, you got the handling down. You knew what to expect for the second one. What was it like moving through traffic?
Fun. It was a lot of fun. Got to duke it out with Rangers and Justin for a little bit. I got to dive it in 3 wide. I didn't think that was going to happen this week. That was fun. And then I had to get to Aviator, pray to God he didn't figure out where I was beating him on the track. And he kind of figured it out, but not enough. And then chase down Tom, brain fart going into turn 1, and forget to downshift and just blow the turn.
Is that what happened to you?
Yeah, I was too focused on him in the lap car and totally forgot I need to be downshifting here to make this corner. Didn't make the corner.
Oh my gosh.
And then like 2 turns later, I accidentally smacked one of my paddles, which damaged the transmission, which took away my straightaway speed.
Oh, geez.
The whole race, if I got side by side with somebody, I could just pass him down the straightaway because I'm using the clutch. But with the damaged transmission, I couldn't do it.
Wow. Well, even with all that, you still brought home the win once again. So a huge congratulations to you tonight. You did a great job out there.
Thank you. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Justin, Rangers and Aviator for racing me clean. Thanks, Dion, for the paint scheme because I did not have time. He bailed me out on that one.
Nice. I love it. All right. J-Mac, you want to give a P2 an interview?
Yeah, sure. Here with Tom Flitty, a solid race in the first one, but the second one was able to lead the most of the entire time. What more did you need there to be able to hold off Skyland and what was it like out there and did you kind of use that first race as a learning session that helped you in that second one?
Yeah, definitely. First of all, that was a blast racing. It was a lot of fun racing with everybody. Good clean racing is always fun. It's hard to come by these days. So thanks to you guys for putting this together and getting everybody out here. But yeah, I mean, I was just kind of tickled to death to be out there leading as much as I was after the first race because I just kind of kept falling back. It seemed like it was decent, I had decent speed, but not as much as the leaders. Obviously, Skyline and Justin seemed like they had the fastest cars. Rangers was clicking off some pretty fast times there. So I kind of let Rangers go by it in the first race, tried to learn from that and apply that to the second race, and just couple distractions for me at the end with things going on in the house, so it just kind of sucks to miss a couple corners at the end there, but other than that, like I said, it was great to be out there and hold off Skyline as long as I did because, he obviously had one of the fastest cars, if not the fastest car. Pretty sure he did, but hopefully you guys had fun. I had fun out there, and I'm sure everybody else did too. So can't wait to do it again next week.
Oh yeah, we had a blast watching it. Tom Play comes home in second spot in race number 2. A solid day overall for the driver of the 8 machine.
Rounding out the podium, we have Leafs Justin, who finished P3 tonight. Great job to you. And David, one of our drivers, have just subbed, so thank you so much. 22 months, that's insane. But Justin, we saw you out there having some incredible battles. What was it like out there tonight?
That was basically the whole sum up of the second race, was gritting your teeth and trying to figure out a way to pass people, which, I mean, surprisingly, I didn't really realize it until we got practicing earlier in the first race, but it's kind of hard to pass people here. You really got to work it and hope to get a good drive off or anticipate a mistake out of somebody, and that was really the easiest way to do it. And that the twist of reversing the lead lap finishers for that second race definitely brings a lot to the table as far as chaos and some fun for the viewers and everybody. So that definitely worked. Basically, my one play to try to win that was get through traffic faster than Skyline and Aviator, and Skyline, as soon as he snookered me and got by there, I figured that him probably being ahead of me anyway would be best to go up there and help us run them down and hopefully get racing with them, and then I'd be able to make up the difference. And it almost worked. Him and Tom got going the last few laps, and that brought me from like 4.5 seconds back up to almost right up to the back of them. Just the two of them fighting like that. So another lap of them doing that, and would have been pretty nice. But P3, when given the circumstances, is nothing to hang my head about. Especially with the first race, it was fun, and it was fun to watch.
Absolutely. Great finishes tonight, and Sky taking home 2 wins. Absolutely crazy, but next week we are back, same time, same day, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're headed to Monza. It's going to be a wild race. It's going to be 30 laps out there for race 1 and 2. J-Mac, it was a ton of fun out there with you tonight, and this is your baby right here. We may have helped a little bit, but great job putting this together, and the drivers, phenomenal job out there. They all did amazing.
Yeah, I'm really pleased with how that turned out. Monza's going to be crazy next week. It's not the full track. It's the little itty bitty the pseudo oval that these drivers are going to have to deal with. So there's going to be a lot of close quarters action. Hopefully a few more. We got a little bit larger of a field next week to add to that chaos a little bit. Maybe make this a little bit more difficult for some of these guys that are running as fast as they are. But I'm really excited with how this turned out, and I'm really looking forward to the next 5 weeks, because I think we can put on some good shows.
I think so, but that is it for us here tonight, and we have Hall with 5,000 bits out here, so thank you so much for that. A hype train. I'm going out here, and I feel terrible having to close it, but thank you so much. He just earned a 50K bits badge, so thank you so much. He's one of the drivers out here, did a great job out, but we'll be back here next Monday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you guys for tuning in, for supporting the stream, the drivers, for hanging out. You guys are awesome, and I will see you guys later. Take it easy.